Thank God it's any day. You got to thank God when it's any day. But it is Friday and it is the morning run. He is Big Dog Chico. It is your man, Uncle Neely. It's Funky Friday, Freestyle Friday. Get in the chat. We're going to talk about what y'all want to talk about today, plus some sports. We had the NBA draft. Always going to check in with Colorado. Hey, nice shirt there, Chico. It's the morning run.
What's up? It's Friday. It's the morning run on the pregame network. Like he said before, Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico. We might have Dukes the Scoop join us once again. You can catch us each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon, with 7 a.m. Hawaii time kickoff, the morning run. Make sure you go right now, unclechico.myshopify.com to get you some merch. Represent that morning run. Y'all know what it is, man. We coming in here this Friday talking about some good news and everything else. Coach Prime, football, Colorado football, and whatever else going on in the sports world. We had the NBA draft this week. Things to talk about there. So get in the comments, join the conversation. Let us know what y'all think, man. Questions, comments, we will be getting to. All super chats will be read. Oh, now, Unc, what's happening? Talk to me.
Hey, man, a big O now to the people checking in. I love when they know what to do, Chico. They're checking in and already dropping where they're from. I see Chocolate City. DC is in the building. Toronto is in the building. Jacksonville. Duval is in the building. Texas checking in as well. Phoenix. You know it's hot. It's hot in Mississippi, so I know it's hot in Phoenix. Oh, now Tampa, Florida checking in as well. Y'all know what to do. When you get in the chat, I see your Jersey Drive. Garden State. When Jersey gets in the building, you know it's official. Y'all know what to do. Continue to check in, get to chat. You got something you want us to rap on? Let us know. Hey, you know what, man? I know Dukes is traveling today, but he might hop on. Dukes, when he is traveling, it's kind of like Chico. You ever go to a restaurant, order you to-go meal, and you order fries, but it end up being like 2 onion rings in the bottom of the bag too?
Yeah, that's just a little bonus, ain't it?
Oh, a little bonus. That's what Dukes is to be traveling. That's what Dukes is. Dukes might pop in, might not. But if he pop in, that's just them 2 onion rings. He got the day off. But he might tap in with us. Winter Garden, Florida is in the house. Fort Worth, Texas. Funky Town is in the building as well. Chico, we had a good NBA draft, this week. A lot of trades happening this week. People are getting ready for NFL camps to start in July. The Buffs have finished up that phase 1 of summer 1 conditioning. So about to take a little break going into the 4th, that kind of thing, about a little 10 days off. It's a beautiful time to be alive, Chico. What's going on in your world?
Absolutely. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Oh, I'm just chilling, man. Out here, they say it's super hot as Phoenix. It's not as hot out here. It's always about 80 degrees, but, I got family in town, so I'm going to go see my cousin, his wife, and daughter.
King Kagger in the building?
King Kagger is here.
Man, shout out to the king, man. Man, let me book me a flight. Let me see if I get Kag real quick. Let the demonstrate Kag.
I told him I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna shake his hand, but I'm gonna stay out of his cagging range. You know what I mean?
Sweet.
That leg sweet. I'm out of that range, dog. I'm gonna go up to him and see. Do you know your name is the King Kagger on the podcast now? You know as that
King Kagger is in the building. So check in.
We just gonna be chilling, man, and see what's going on. But other than that, we'll probably be discussing Shadeur Sanders and Coach Prime and different sports topics that's going on. NBA news, like you said. So just pretty casual, before we get into everything else. You good to go? You got your stamp burger ready to go for the day?
Hey man, I might give me one tomorrow. I ain't had one this week. Must get a stamp burger. Shout out to the Stamps family, man, over there on Dalton Street, right around the corner from Jackson State Community Staple. Been rocking with them since the mid '80s. I gotta go get a stamp burger, Chico. I'm not gonna lie to you. Gotta go get a stamp burger. Fun fact, Chico, one of the first live shows we ever did on the pregame show, which is not a pregame network, was live from Stamp Soup Burger.
Yeah. Nice. Maybe we can.
If you ever in Mississippi, make your way to Jackson, make your way to Dalton Street, go get you a Stamp Soup Burger. CBE, that's a cheeseburger, everything, grilled onions. Say that, just tell them you want it Neely way. They'll know. Like,
Okay.
give me a needle.
You said CVE. I never heard of that when you order a cheeseburger. How
Yeah,
does that work?
CBE, cheeseburger. The E is for everything. Chico, the E is for everything. Don't hold nothing back. I want everything I'm supposed to get.
Yes, indeed. Oh, now the Channing Crowder just joined in. We checking out the show right now. Hopefully, you guys will find us on YouTube on the Pregame Network. You can find us on Twitch and Kick. Also, just go in there and search Big Dog Chico or the Morning Run. It should come up. So we're trying to get that going. Also, we're going to have the Pregame Network page on Kick and Twitch on all platforms. So find us on Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. Oh, now to Debbie Garcia out there in Waco, Texas, checking in with us. Doubly blessed. My mommy said, get those likes up. Trying to get to 100 before the first 10 minutes. We at the 5 minute and a half mark pretty much right now. So y'all
Los
got
Angeles is in the building.
LA.
We see LA in the building. Hey, Aretha Burton, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought you were cussing at us. Your abbreviation for good morning look a lot like G damn. I didn't know what you were saying. Like I thought you were saying G damn, chat. She got GDME in chat, fam. I was like, hey, Aretha over here cussing early in the morning.
Well, let's talk about this then. That happened in the NBA draft. You want to talk about some cursing going on. The news is, if we want to talk about who got the best picks and all these other things, one of the big news is Ace Bailey, who was projected to be a top 3 player in the draft. He ended up falling to number 5, but his representation was telling the people who had the number 5 pick, the team, which is the Utah Jazz. And Bailey said in his representation said, we didn't want to go to Utah. Don't pick us. We would rather go to Washington, D.C. than to go to Utah. But Utah ends up picking him anyway. And it looks like the young fella is not very happy about it. What do you feel about guys getting picked? And we're just talking about NBA right now. Guys getting picked and going to a city that they might not want to go to really. And now they're having an attitude. You see this guy, once he got picked with a kind of like a stone face, everybody else kind of crying. What do you feel about guys wanting to kind of tailor where they're going in the draft?
Man, I believe that you should. I believe you got that full right to express where you want to go or don't want to go. And I also think that you have a swath of the population whose goal it is just to make it to the professional league, whether it's NBA, NFL, and they truly, at least from their spoken words, don't have a preference. But we know inside everybody does have a preference for where they rather live, work, and play, even if it is professional sports. I don't read a lot into people's facial expressions because what you're trying to attach, not you, Chico, the masses, what they're trying to attach a facial expression to could be, man, a guy stubbed his toe going up on the stage. Like I don't put a lot of stock into that kind of stuff. The word on the street was that his representation, was letting people know where they would prefer and not to prefer. But Utah made their pick, and he's gonna ball out in Utah, or like we've seen in the past. When I remember when Kobe got drafted by somebody else, but ended up with the Lakers. So it remains to be seen. Long way to the season starts. But I will say this: shout out to Young Money, shout out to Boog. I hit him on draft night because even though the 1-2 punch was solidified who was going 1 and 2 in the draft, I was like, I'm sure hoping that Ace Bailey was going number 2, Boog, because I wanted y'all to have number 2 in the NFL and number 2 in the NBA. But having said that, as a sports agency that people try, to diminish or try to say, hey, man, don't go there and sign with those quote unquote rappers. They don't know what they're doing. When you have the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, and in the same year have the number 5 overall pick in the NBA draft, it really shows a lot about what you have built and are continuing to build. So shout out to Young Money PA, shout out to Boog, all the guys over there doing the damn thing, man, at the highest levels, and continue, as we say, to pop your ish because you have earned the right to pop it. But again, Chico, I can recall several players over the past, years who declined to work out for this particular team or that particular team, and it was no big deal. You see it happen in the NFL with people who go to the combine but choose which drills they participate in the combine. You see it in the NBA when they go to the combine and all of the teams that they're watching, but they may decline workouts with specific teams, and teams still draft them. Like Cleveland drafted a guy that declined to work out for them. He just wanted to go off his group workout. But it's always funny to me, Chico. It's funny to me Ain't no problem when they do it.
And see, that's why I like to
Ain't no
ask you
problem when they
these.
do it,
I like
Chico.
to ask you these questions that seem like they're kind of trending online and going viral, and people are debating it. You know, we can always get the real rundown from Uncle Neely as he breaks it down only the way that he can. And I appreciate that, Unc, because you know, a lot of they'll try to paint the guy as saying that, you know, this guy's a bad character or doesn't want to do this or doesn't want to do that. Then you'll have that picture, like you were saying, of him showing the stone face, which could have been not even after he got drafted or what. They could
Mm-hmm.
paint it the way they want to paint it. So, like you said, though, once again, shout out to Young Money, APA Sports, and they're having a top 5 NFL draft pick and a top 5 NBA draft pick in the same year. So shout out to Andy and Dr. Ray and Boog and all of the Young Money team out there for doing what they're doing, man. That's huge to
Yeah,
get
to
them
me,
draft
that's the biggest takeaway, of it all is what this agency is accomplishing and has accomplished and continues to accomplish. Like I said, there's just been plenty of examples in the past where a player declines, to work out for a specific team or interview with a specific team. I want to say Ace might have interviewed 18 different teams. Hell, ain't but
hmm
what, two of them? So you interviewed over half of them, and all got to see your workout. And if Utah wanted to say, hey man, regardless of what he wants, we want him. It's really a compliment to him and to his agency. Like, hey Chico, I know you might not want to do this, but you so damn good. We want you here. We'll
Yeah.
see how it all plays out, because situations change in a forever fluid system like professional sports is. But again, man, for Young Money to have got a guy the number 2 pick overall and achieve a record breaking negotiation deal for him, even with a quote unquote guaranteed contract, and now to have the number 5 overall pick in the NBA. I think we're missing the bigger story here is that shout out, major shout out to that agency, the team over there, particularly Boog. I got Boog, but then also to that point, Chico, is just uh, let the dust settle, see how things play out. Representation always matters, and it just seems to me that when representation matters on our side, it's like the rules change on their side. Things that people did not complain about in the past was quote unquote good representation, and then when
hmm
we do it, it's like, hey, we don't
Is it
like
a,
that. Y'all
is it
up
a
it. Y'all
yeah,
got
is it,
big problems. They hard to work with. Like I don't buy into that.
yeah. Is an attack on their character and their team all of a sudden. And
Yeah,
seem like they're
Chico,
not
like
doing
let's
anything that's
let's
different.
let me circle back on something. We remember the NFL draft, right? And that whole process. And as the days and weeks went by, you got news of people signing. And everybody's out there going, man, why Travis ain't signed? We ain't seen Travis sign yet. Why Travis ain't signed? And you're trying to, create a story where the truth was his agency was doing a kick-ass job for him. And
hmm
Travis trusted his agency and saying, hey, look, we're not going to jump out there and sign first. We finna get as much as we can get for you because there's nobody like you and there's never been anybody like you. So we're not finna just sign anything. Trust us. Trav trusted them. You do your thing. We got this. And then what happens while everybody was waiting on it to happen? The first non-overall pick, non-quarterback gets a record $30 million signing bonus due at signing. I don't know how many times people got to rewrite before folks start doubting them. It's like part of that Prime effect. Everybody always doubting Prime when he make a decision, a staff change or something. I'm saying the same thing with Young Money, man. Like, look, you got me number 5, we good.
Yeah. And if you want to go to that number 5, let's go to the 5th round, where the Browns were able to snag Shadeur Sanders at 144.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the process of, you know, what they'll be going through coming up and how Shadeur Sanders would end up, like we've already predicted and said, being that starting quarterback. And also, we've had some discussions on other shows and podcasts that we'll see around here where they're talking about how can it
Mhm.
even be possible for 4 quarterbacks to get enough reps to evaluate them all, you know, in OTAs and in mini camps and stuff. And I say that once the games start, once the preseason games start, that's when the real bullets will be flying, so to speak. That's when the action will be, you know, live, and that's where we'll see these guys really shining. And I'll see you. I say that's when you'll see one of these quarterbacks separate themselves and take hold of that starter position. What is your thoughts on Shadeur Sanders headed up into this quarterback competition for the Cleveland Browns?
I would say to you, Chico, I think you're spot on, particularly from a 30,000-foot view. There's going to be nothing like preseason games and preseason reps, which all of them will get, whether it's a quarter or a half. You'll get to see them, quote unquote, with live bullets. I guess in support of that, I think that you've already seen it, and you've seen enough out of each quarterback with the reps that they have gotten to truly evaluate it. Because I'm like the Bible, with the guy with less talents who brought back more of a return on his investments. Like you can give somebody, 5,000 or something, and they bring you back 5,100, but you can give somebody 1,000 or something, and they too bring you back 5,100. Well, who really brought you back more? It was the one who got 5 times the results, not one, that got 10%. And so when you look at what Shedeur did with rookie minicamp, when you look at what he did with organized team activities, OTAs as they're called, I think he has systematically shown that he can do more with less, that he takes advantage of the quote unquote limited reps. He's dicing up, splicing up who he's going against. I expect that to continue. Now, having said that, Chico, you're going to spend more time with who you spent the most money with or who you're spending the most money with. Right now, the most expensive lineup in the room is Deshaun Watson, and he is unavailable. So then you're going to go to Flacco, and then I guess it'd be Pickett there. And then Shedeur coming in at the 5th round with 144 money. He's going to continue to have to do more with less because there is a pecking order as to where the spending is. But I am telling y'all that somewhere around that second preseason game, which would be about 3 weeks into camp, he ain't going to be sitting at 4 no more. He's going to go up to 3. And by the time the season starts, he's going to be 2. He's going to be on that roster. And I'd imagine somewhere around the bye week, if Flacco is not performing well or the team is not moving well offensively, he's going to get a shot. And the reason I believe all this is because I've seen it happen time and time again. Look what he does before practice, after practice, during practice, on his own workouts. Look what he accomplished at Colorado. Look what he accomplished at Jackson State. Look what he did as a high schooler at Trinity, a kid at Truth. The guy has emerged and become a winner everywhere he's gone. He's done more with less everywhere he's gone. He's outworked everybody everywhere he's gone. If I got to lay a bet, I'm laying a bet on Shadeur Sanders to rise up that chain. But you have to go into camp and maybe even, barring injuries, come outside of camp with Flacco as the one, for this year. And so I think Shadeur's job is to go from 4 to 3 and then 3 to 2.
Yeah. And I think the organization's job is to not fluster this up, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like you said, you have Deshaun Watson under that contract. I think the ultimate goal with him is to get him healthy, have him perform in some type of way to where other teams can see him and increase his trade value in the future. I think from a Cleveland standpoint, one of these young guys will have to be your QB of the future, and you will have to get answers from one of these young guys during this season right here. I don't think it can linger on too far past the midway point of the season, past the trade deadline. You're going to have to figure out some way and what to do with Kenny Pickett. That's why I think you want him to play a little bit more earlier than the other guys. He's going to be playing more in the preseason games than the other guys because by that 3rd or 4th preseason game, I think they're going to want to move him. Before the start of the season, I think Kenny Pickett will be gone. Joe Flacco will be the starter with the 2 young guys. Whoever separates themselves as the backup. And we, of course, think that'll be Shadeur Sanders. So I think they're in a position to make the right moves, but not mess this up because you have 2 good young quarterbacks. I think people are overlooking what Dylan Gabriel can bring, and that's the reason why he was drafted in the 3rd round. But if you want to just compare Shedeur and Dylan, of course, I'm going to take Shedeur. I think it's been proven in the OTAs and minicamp what Shedeur can do. So, you're in a good situation, but at the same time, you can't mess this up. It's kind of like one of those delicate situations. You got to handle it the right way to get the best out of it. And I think they're in position to do that, man. So, like you said, we're rooting for the Cleveland Browns, but we're really rooting for them once Shedeur's under center.
Yeah, let me say this because I by no means am I a damn know-it-all or something. And one thing I'm totally not up on, I'm not up on the progress of Deshaun Watson's injury and where he is and where he's expected to be. Like my knowledge of it is like physically he's not playing this year,
Mm-hmm.
or to be late in the year if at all because he has some setbacks. But again, I don't know that for certain. But in my calculations, like you the Browns, you got to move off and on from that, whether it's to cut your loss and take the financial hit, or be able to convince somebody that coming off the injury he can play somewhere. Like he for all kinds of reasons, he's not your future there. Your future is who you drafted at 144.
Mm-hmm.
And if you move off from him, he's still going to be the starter somewhere else, because Shadeur Sanders is a NFL caliber starting quarterback. And I don't have to wait to see Neely. I don't have to wait to see what happens at camp in a preseason game to know Shadeur Sanders is better and more equipped to lead this franchise than Dylan Gabriel is. Like I saw it in college.
Yeah. And you just know all those characteristics, those attributes, how they'll fit into a NFL organization and lead these guys. Because, one thing a lot of people might underestimate when being a quarterback of any level really is, what you need in the locker room, things that go on off the field, and that relationship that you have with your teammates, that respect that they have of you, the way they see you going about your business, I think is very important. He's here already. Once we arrive, he's in the building. When we're leaving the building, he's there. After practice, he's on the field. As we're walking into the locker room, he's showing all those leadership capabilities, and you've already seen it on multiple levels. Nothing's going to change in that character once
Man,
he gets.
That's why I smirked. I was like, describe Shadeur Sanders without saying Shadeur Sanders. You're like
Mm-hmm.
you can come into a situation where you think you know him, because of social media or the family show that they had while he was growing up, but you have no idea until you're around it and see his work ethic and to see that he doesn't play or live with a silver spoon in his mouth. He wants to be his own Sanders. Like he doesn't walk around saying I'm owed this because of who my father is. He says I want this because I worked for it. And he's dogged, he's determined, and that's what you get. And so there's no doubt in my mind that now if this were Shedeur today and Flacco 5 years ago, if you were a teammate, on the Browns, of course you want the Flacco that you saw do all that he did with the Ravens. But the fact is, this is 5 years later, and Flacco is long in the tooth. And so when you look around that room, surely you have some experience in Joe Flacco, that you don't have in that quarterback room with anybody else. But when you look at who's going to be able to command that room, have the gravitas, have the people who want to run through a brick wall for them, it's going to be Shadeur Sanders.
Right. Number one in jersey sales. You see that 12 everywhere in the Cleveland Browns colors right now. So, hey, I think he'll definitely get that job, and I think the players are responding to him also. And shout out to Joe Flacco too, man. From what I've known and from all the players that I've played with that played with him in the league, say he's a great person, great
Absolutely.
guy, and we can see that with the relationship it seems like he has with Shedeur Sanders right now.
No, and that's what I'm telling you, man. My bias is clear towards Shadeur, but Flacco is number one in that room right now, and earned so and deservedly so because experience matters, and Shadeur is going to grow and learn some things. And again, if things are not going well, you got alternatives you can do. But I love the way, man. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, been one all my life. But when you look at the way the Green Bay Packers have managed their quarterbacks, I just think it's a good damn blueprint for success. They never rush the heir apparent to the throne. So they never have a fall off.
Right.
Because they like, hey, we drafted this guy, but it don't mean just we drafted, we throw him out there right now.
Right.
Let him watch, let him see how we groove, let him grow, let him learn the offense. And by the time the guy that's in front of him, it is just a little bit past his prime and time to go. Now you have this another guy. Ain't no drop off. He ready. So I wouldn't be offended if Flacco had a good above average to great year and Shedeur had to play behind him for a year and take over next year, which is why I still scratch my damn head at the damn Steelers. Like, perfect situation. You could have drafted Shedeur and still brought in Aaron Rodgers.
Man, they would have been set up so nice.
Then I look at the Saints. Like, now you're down 2 QBs. Like, I don't get it.
Hey, man, hey, You gotta let them have that, as we said back in the day, that dunce. Come and get that dunce from them, because every time they play Shedeur and they're across the field on the other side of the field, they see Shedeur carving them up like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're going to be like, damn, I could have had him. I could have had him. Maybe we can get him on a second contract, and you're going to have to overpay, to even have a chance to get him.
You're breaking the bank on the second contract. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, God bless the process. And when that happens, like everything Shedeur should have got being taken in the first round, he will get that times 3 on the second contract. So all is well is going to end well. It's all good.
You ain't lying. Shout out to Shadeur Sanders, man.
Let me say this about like it's kinship to his father, Coach Prime, when he got his extension and well-deserved bump in Colorado this year. He told me, Coach Prime said, "Nigga, you got to understand, this ain't payment for what I did at Colorado. This payment for truth. This payment for Trinity. This is payment for what I did at Jackson State. When it comes time to get paid for what I covered in Colorado, this ain't even gonna compare."
Damn. That's big. That's somebody knowing their worth right there, knowing what they bring to the table right there, and not just coming to the table and say, "I'll take what you get." No, dog. This is what I'm bringing. This is what I'm coming with. This is what I deserve. Hey, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see Keisha and Love in the chat, but Keisha and Love said the chat is showing her government name in the chat for some reason. I don't know why the chat is showing it like this today, but it's showing different names than what usual. So shout out to Nakisha today.
I see the regular names. I see
Keisha and Love names. Oh, I don't know. They're seeing the other names, and I'm seeing them also. So either or. And yes, I did send the link to Dukes this time. I think I sent the link 3 times today, just to make sure.
Hater alert!
The right way.
Hater alert!
I was looking back. I was like, damn. We really had an issue on the last show about me sending the link.
No, you
I was like, I was halfway playing, but I was like, wait a minute, I know I sent the link. But I went back on it.
You was hating.
And I didn't send the link. So it looked
you ain't
like
want
I
them on
might
the show,
have
dog. Just say something, man. I know what it is, Chico. I get it, Chico. I get it.
Unbelievable.
I get it. Chico, I get it, man.
Well, this is what I get. You
want to sit by we get in the car, you like, this my seat. You like Uncle Chico, and then with Deuce Car, you like always taking my time with on. You want to let y'all to get it. So you said, what, I ain't gonna sit in there joking the link today.
Come on now. What did Nakisha say? No, Chico, don't do it like that. Nakisha, Chico. Hey.
When I refreshed, it went now it switched to what you talking about.
I don't know why.
I see different names. I don't know what's going on. It ain't us. It's this the YouTube ghost in the machine, I guess.
Right. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dukes. I think Dukes is traveling right now. Shout out to Aretha Burton, Miss Dawn Duncan, and everyone else that has their orders on the way now. Officially, they're coming to you. Yes, everything is on the way. Whatever has been back ordered is now in processing and being fulfilled and shipped out to you guys. So I see it right here. So shout out to everybody who ordered on the first day it was available to order, and we put that link in the chat. We had about a good number of people go on there and order some stuff. So we appreciate you guys, whoever it is. The link is right there. The address is right there. Y'all click on it. Go check out what you can get. Check out the merch over there. Might need to put an Uncle Neely face in the J hat, just like that.
I'm just saying, Chico. I love how you alternate between I and we. When shit be going wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to get with Neely, blah, 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 blah. When it get fixed, oh yeah, we got it took care of. Like,
did I not say we or did I say I? Which one I said?
You be flipping them in your you be saying both.
I mean we and we mean us. We have your orders ready to go.
But real talk, Chico. Appreciate everybody that has hit that link, and spelled out Chico, myshopify.com. Man, we got, like I said, got plenty more stuff, that's coming on there. TMR merch, Big Dog merch, pregame show merch, Deuce and Scoop merch.
Funkadelic merch.
You see stuff that may be like a single item, like right now, a tumbler. That tumbler will eventually be available with all the show logos, so you can get in when you fit in. So a lot more coming. So continue to check back even after you order. But as Chico said, we got it fixed. So it's on the way.
All right. Well, the team got it fixed, guys. So it's
Uh-huh.
on the way, no matter who it is. Matter of fact, I need to go on there and run down this list if I can. Let me see. Let me see real quick.
Double Blessed Twin Mommy said hit the like button. So y'all must be tripping. It's about 400 watching live. How many likes you got, Chico?
Yeah, they tripping
The
right
like
now.
button free. Now the merch ain't free, but the like button free.
Like button is free, and y'all tripping. We don't have 100 yet. Oh, we got to get to 100. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Let me put it. I'm going to put it on my TV also at the same time, so you guys can do the same thing. You can put it on your TV. You can put it on your other device. Put it on your tablet and everything else. I'm going to hit the like button on here right now. Also, so there's no excuses, guys. No excuses. As my coach used to say back in the day, no excuses, guys.
We at 115, Chico. 115.
Are we at 115? All right, we need to get to 150 then next 15 minutes.
That can happen.
Definitely can happen.
That can happen.
Let's go, guys. Chop, chop on the hop. Let's go. One of those coaches.
All right, double time, guys. Let's get it going.
Run them likes up.
We gotta see who want to be here today.
Separate the men from the boys.
I guarantee you today somebody joined that damn band.
The dogs from the puppies. Hey, Coach Prime update. We have to give the people a Coach Prime update. We've seen them.
Have to give the people.
We've seen
give
them
the people
fishing,
what they want.
Fishing with Travis. A lot of people questioning what's going on with Coach Prime, and then we see him make a post saying that one of his sons, Adam Pac-Man Jones, came to visit him and gave him a lot more energy to where he's up and moving right now. You know, I don't want to speculate or read too much into it like everybody else out there.
Said he got up and moving like he hadn't been up and moving.
No. I'm saying what the message said. What he said in the message was made me feel like, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't say what the message said.
Okay, I'm going to read it verbatim then. Let me quote it.
That would help.
But have you spoken to him? How is he? Is he in great spirits?
Yeah, we
right
communicated this morning and yesterday. You know, one of the things that we've been working on is you know, we're in the media training phase of the season. You know, some of the guys who will be attending Big 12 Media Day, July 7th, 8th, and 9th. You know, been working with them on some of their media training, getting them ready to be able to handle, you know, questions from diverse media, as well as live press conferences, that kind of thing. So been getting updates on those. And, man, you know, even like during the recruiting phase, he's involved. I think that a lot of people, because just need to know the world we live in, which we discussed. You know, like someone said in the chat before, y'all one hand, y'all say y'all tired of seeing them. Then when you don't see them, you get mad that you ain't seeing them.
Right. Shout out to Leon, said Prime cleaning out the pool after Michael Irvin visited. Yeah, wow, dog. All right, and this is just, you know, for Unc right here. Coach Prime posted saying, God is good. Another one of my sons came to see me and make certain I'm straight. He also wanted to fish, so I was his God today. Thank you, my brother. You gave me energy, is what he said, to quote him. You know what I mean? So
that's a long damn way from what you opened up and said. Yeah, Pac-Man went to see him and Brian got up and walked. What are you talking about?
I think what I said, dog.
If
I said that, then
making up headlines.
If I said that, then I'm crazy, and I don't think I'm that crazy to say that like that.
Hey, look at shirtless Pac-Man on your own time, man. We good.
I made this bigger for you. You know what I mean?
I don't think you did. Not the way you looking up at the screen.
I'm looking at the quote from Coach Prime, and you over there concentrate on Pac-Man Jones.
You want the quote on the screen? That's what
on.
you would have had. You would have, ooh, look at Pac-Man. Zesty Chico strikes again.
Man, shout out to Coach Prime. Man, that's all I wanted to do. Give a shout out to Coach Prime and hope that and just well wishes to the GOAT is what I'm trying to say. And that's just about it, man. He'll be back to Boulder real soon, and everything will be up and, you know, going as y'all are expecting it to be going.
Right? As it already is going, is my point.
As it already is going. And like you said before too, also, and I like this because it's so true. I've been a part of this for years and years, and that is at this point of the season, the keys are still in the hands of the DM, the difference maker, the strength and conditioning coach, and Coach Swayze, and he will pass them off to Coach Prime in a certain type condition. You know what I mean? To where they'll be up
July
and ready to
27th,
go. July 27th.
which we
is when it
still
happened.
over 4 weeks away to. And so when people have this notion that something is being missed or not being taken care of, it's just an absolute incorrect notion.
Mm-hmm.
Like the program is programming. And one thing I tell Coach Prime, because y'all got to understand, with his status as Deion Sanders, this is the time of year, that he's away from football quite a bit with speaking engagements, whether shooting Aflac commercials with Coach Saban, et cetera, et cetera. That's what's taking place this time of the year. And so I've never seen, since being with him in Jackson State, a building operate as close or near as it is to him being there when he's away. And that just shows you the kind of organization he's built, the people he has in charge, General Manager David Kelly, Director of Football Operations, Reginald Calhoun Jr., Ray Pretty, Tony Forsett, Chief of Staff, and the coordinator as well, and the strength and conditioning staff. Like, everything is doing what it's supposed to be. And I know what happens when we have this social media culture, which we provide and feed into and grow and brand manage. We get it. We understand. We're not mad at it. Then when you see somebody regularly don't see them, you start assuming, the worst or something is wrong. And I can tell you that Colorado football is not missing or skipping a beat. It is exactly where it is supposed to be. And if anything, it's ahead of schedule. And when it's time for football and Coach Prime is there during football time, that's when it's going to be football time.
Yes, indeed. Pretty Tony is what they call him. Shouts out to Ray and the whole team, man. Everybody who's keeping things together. You gave a shout out to Smack Entertainment also this week, man. So shout out to Miss Connie, and everybody else.
They're doing some great things at Smack, man. She had done a post talking about, and I'm paraphrasing, that it's one thing to move up, but there's nothing like moving up and taking people with you. And I replied to that and said, she ain't lying because she took me with her. And then she replied back to that and said, no, we took each other because it really is a team effort. That's one of the things I appreciate about Coach Prime. He will not allow you to say that you work for him. He's going to cut you. No, you work with me. Like we in this thing together. And I remember, like, literally, I could tell you today, September 21st, 2020 is when I, first had my in-person meeting with Coach Prime. And who was I sitting next to, as fate would have it? His manager, Connie. That was like the last seat available. So we sat next to each other in that introductory meeting, and it's only been up from there, Chico.
Yeah. I'll say someone. I'll leave it alone. Leave it alone, Chico.
No, go ahead. We call it the pit bull pumps now. She can handle. She'll handle you.
Oh, I know she could definitely handle it. I was just.
She ain't by yay big, but she got hands.
I was just gonna say, you sat next to her. She spoke to me one time.
Yeah, right. And right after she spoke to you, she went to security and said, "Hey, he need to get his ass out of
here."
See,
and that's why I have to watch what I say, because I know you'll come behind it with something.
She said, "Hey, who the hell is that?
Get him out of here. He don't look safe. I had to check my pockets." That's you saying? What'd you say? I had to check my pockets.
like you looking for your credential? Like, oh, I just, man, damn. What you say when you told Reggie Reggie say you was just about to debate with him? You were like,
nah, this ain't a good idea. No. And then I sent you a picture, a screenshot of. I was looking back at some of my old video, and I saw one I was posting of Xavier Weaver, and you guys can see it too. It's online now, of Weaver after the Arizona game. Got a quick little shout out from him, and as he walked off, I had the camera still there, and you can see Calhoun in the back, like just looking like
I told you.
Like that Negro better not come towards his locker room. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey man, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I said it to him in private. I said it to the world in public. I don't care if I was the CEO of Amtrak, the real trains, or Tyco, the toy trains. If I had to put somebody in charge of my operation, it's gonna be Reginald Calhoun Sr. Because let me tell you, like, it
no nonsense.
Zero tolerance. Ain't no gray area. This policy is black and white. We do this or we don't do this. It ain't no, hey,
and
but, no.
military background too. And you can tell, dog, like if you've ever been in a situation where you have authority figures around or anything of that nature, there are certain ones you can tell. Hell, when you're a student in class and you have a substitute teacher walk in, you know whether that one is
You
about
can play that
business
day or not. Yeah.
or we're about to have a good play day.
Yeah. that joker come in with that short sleeve dress shirt with the tie on and the briefcase.
Yeah.
We ain't playing today.
He's a serious substitute teacher. He's one that want to come and be a real teacher one day.
Yeah.
And then you have those aunties that come up in there. She got her lunch. She just want to get through the day. Don't y'all say nothing to me. I won't say nothing to y'all. Keep it quiet back there. You know? Nah, we're gonna run over her. You know, but shout out to Calhoun, man. He's
absolutely, man. Like, you know, it's one of those things, Chico. You've been in organizations, sports and otherwise. You know, you got that line of that you just have this respect because you know, like, even though that may not be something I would do, he ain't wrong.
Right.
And that'd be the bottom line of it. Like, you ain't never gonna be able to check him on the policy and be like, hey, that was real. Like, no, you right.
Challenge and be like, you know what? This says I'm supposed to be here, and hold on, you want me to?
Yeah.
I just said it nicely 2 times now. I don't say stuff 3 times now. Okay, let me just go ahead, dog. So you know who to play with, you know who not to play with.
Was it Arizona Chico when he asked me, was you with me?
I don't know if he really asked you that. I thought
no, for real. Like
it had to be Arizona.
I think it was Arizona.
Yeah. It had to be Arizona. Well, guess what? We got our dog Dukes just checked in, so I guess I did send him the link correctly. Oh, now?
Man, he sent me the link, man. I had to hack your email.
Hey, Dukes. I don't talk behind nobody's back, so I'm gonna let you know what I said about you.
All right.
I told him that Dukes was traveling today, that he might join us, he might not. I said, but if he join us, Chico, it's like, you know, when you go to the fast food spot and you order fries, but you get to the bottom of the bag and there's 2 onion rings in there. It's just, hey, like, no, just consider the blessing and favor, man. Don't be like, hey, what you So, 2 onion rings has made an appearance. He's traveling today, but he hopped on.
Man, I am in Fayetteville, Arkansas, at the University of Arkansas. Yeah, man. Woo pig suey, man. Tell you what, it ain't a lot out here, man. It's not a lot out here. I said it.
Damn.
Hey, man,
shout out to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas Razorbacks, one of the original schools that had interviewed Coach Prime and had multiple interviews with him.
Yeah.
And Taylor on pulling the trigger, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Fun fact, I bet you Dukes probably it's a high chance that Dukes is probably eating some onion rings or something right now. You know what I mean? Or just got done.
Yeah, had a good little lunch, man, and shoot, man, just excited about the future, man. Continue to build. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why exactly are you out in Arkansas? I know your partner is defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, man. Just checking out some things, and just a little visit as a guest of the university.
Okay, nice, man. Dukes,
y'all make sure y'all stay tuned during the summer and particularly in the fall because Dukes will be the man on the ground, bringing extra content covering Georgia Bulldogs, Auburn Tigers, War Eagles, and Arkansas Razorbacks. So, you know, diversifying the content, diversifying what we cover. We're gonna be covering this thing from the Pineapple to the Big Apple.
Man,
I got that from Chico.
No worries, no worries. I got it from a player from the Himalayas.
Oh, that's right. What y'all been talking about today?
We talked about the NFL draft and how people making a big deal. You know, Young Money got a client at number 5, and they talking about he wasn't happy going to Utah. They always got something to say when we manage somebody, Dukes. Winning the Coach Prime and Shedeur, chances of moving up when camp starts, that kind of thing. And then we were just discussing how Chico admitted, Dukes. He admitted now. I want you to brace yourself.
Uh-oh.
He admitted that he did not send you the link last time. Chat, tell him if I'm lying, chat. The man admitted right here live. He said, I looked at the email and I did not have Dukes on it.
Thank you, Chico.
Whoop-a-dub.
Whoop-a-dub.
That's why you mute. See
I,
that?
I raised my hand and said that was my file because I really thought I sent it. You know, and I was like, damn, why didn't I send it before? And I said I must have taken that message the wrong way. I guess I didn't read it right, as Uncle would say. I didn't comprehend that message the right way, so I didn't send the link. But anyways, it happens.
No, it don't happen. That's our point.
Mistakes happen.
It happened because you ain't want that man on the show.
Bullshit. That's a lie. I'm not have my cousin on the show, dog. I'm gonna not have my fly cousin on the show with the Atlantic gear on. You know what I mean?
So Dukes, one of the things that's being predicted this year, while you right there in SEC country, Big Suey, one of the things that's being predicted this year is, hey, brace yourselves, football fans across the nation, because once again, this is going to be a down year in the SEC. What's your thoughts on that? What's your takeaways? What do you see coming for that conference this year?
I mean, I think it's just I think you have to consider down and what's down for the SEC. I think when you're so top heavy, and you have been for years, when you don't have a national championship contender or a team that's far and away better than the rest of the country, then of course you're not going. It's going to seem like it's a down year. But when you talk about just teams that are going to be competitive, I think if Georgia loses 3 games, that's a down year. If Alabama loses 3, they lost 3 games last year and they were ready to fire Buddy. But these are, are borderline championship rosters. So I think, yes, it's going to be a down year when you think about the championship dominance that the SEC has had in previous years. But as far as the parity of college football, I think you're going to have at least, if you have playoff contenders from each Power 4 conference, I think the SEC is going to be right back in the mix with 4 or 5 teams that you can say they can make the playoffs. But when you got 16 teams, it ain't horrible. You know what I mean? Like, off the top of my head, I got to think Georgia. I got to think Bama. I got to think Florida with DJ Lagway. You think Ole Miss with the quarterback that they have that's supposed to be so super dynamic. Tennessee, if they can get some out of Joey Aguilar with the rest of that roster, that's 5 teams that I just named off the top of my head that should be at or around the playoffs. So I wouldn't necessarily consider it to be a down year, but I think when you think about the championship standard that the SEC built in previous years, it would be down in comparison to that.
I like that, Duke. So I'm gonna throw a log on that fire with you. Then we get Chico's thoughts. Being from the great state of Alabama, we all grew up in SEC country. I don't think. I'm gonna make it a basketball parallel since we just came off the NBA championship. I don't think Golden State had a down year. I don't think the Lakers had a down year. I think the rest of the West caught up, and the West did things to be able to be on top. And as I see the same thing in the parity in college football, the SEC, has always been the more dominant conference and have 3 or 4 of the most dominant teams, nationally. But when you look at the portal, when you look at life post-COVID, when you got that extra COVID year, you look at the portal coming in, you look at NIL coming in, you look at collectives coming in, and now you look at the House ruling where schools get to pay directly. The world has caught up. Now you don't have 5 stars, 4 stars just sitting on Georgia and Alabama bench waiting their turn, or LSU, at DB just waiting their turn, and they start 1 year and go to the pro. Those guys are actually going other places and playing now, and playing against the Georgias, the Alabamas, the LSUs, and winning something, and being the reason that you have those 2 or 3 losses, in or outside the conference. So I think the SEC is just as strong as it always been. You just got to temper your expectations in the modern day college football when there's so much parity across the board now.
I agree. What you think, Chico?
Sorry about that. I was going to actually ask the question of kind of like where we went to in the basketball the other night was, what's better for college football, parity or dynasties? Or do we want to see the Alabamas win year after year, or Georgia win year after year, or Texas or Ohio State or something like that? What's better to you guys? Because as right now, in the way that college football is going, I think the SEC is only going to become more dominant, and with paying players. And of course, we know everybody has the 20 million, but still in the SEC, you're going to have a bigger light. You're going to have a lot more of a structure, infrastructure, resources, and everything there in the SEC, eyeballs and everything. So I don't think SEC is going anywhere. But I would ask that question to you guys: what would y'all rather see, and what's more exciting for college football, dynasties or parody?
I'm gonna marry him. I'm gonna let Dynasty propose to a parody, and parody says yes. And here's what I mean by that. I think that you're gonna have a perennial guy being schooled that's always in that final six or final four. Whether they win it or not is what I think is going to break up dynasties. In the current makeup of college football, it is going to be hard for somebody to win 2 or 3 or 4 in a row now. Like, I just don't see that happening. Because one, you're not going to be the only person with good players, and your greatest players ain't going to be there for 3 years. And so you're not going to be able to win 3 in a row like you used to see before. But you will be good enough that you can be in that final four, a final six or that top 10. I can see that happening where you got a bunch of guys like, damn, man, here we are 6 years this process, and Philip Dukes University has been here every time. It's almost like LeBron James, again, flipping back to basketball. One of the things that LeBron did with that Miami run and then back to Cleveland run, he made us think going to the finals 8 times in a row was just regular.
Right.
Like we lost appreciation for it because he
Mm-hmm.
went 4 times with the Heat and then you fast forward to now, ain't nobody going back to back or 2 or 3 times in the same 5-year period, let alone a decade. It's going to be the same with college football, Chico. I don't see a dynasty as in winning it overall year after year after year, but I do see a dynasty in that you have somebody that's always in the top 6.
Yeah. I'll say this also: with all the recruits coming to Colorado and how things are shifting, the playing field is being a little bit more level for Colorado now. And with everything that Coach Prime is doing, you see all these recruits coming over. A guy like Ashley, who has been, as you saw from the interview with Dukes, he was highly influenced by Coach Prime, even being a young guy. So I think that nowadays we're seeing we're going to see that culture shift, and I think we're seeing it before our eyes, where these guys are going to start flocking to Colorado, and Colorado will become this powerhouse as we see happening right now.
I'm
Because
telling you right. Go ahead, Chico.
no, go ahead, Dukes, because
No, I
you're
thought you
right
was
there with
finished.
the inside scoop. I'm
No,
just going to say,
I
I think
thought you
we're
were finished.
seeing
My
it
bad.
Yeah. I just think we're seeing it right in front of our eyes right now, and I think you can, expound on that right now for us.
No, I was gonna say too. Man, Ole Miss literally just launched an assault on Ashley. Like the SEC teams, they are literally just like, hey, we can't let this kid lead the state. So
Wow.
that beacon of light that Colorado is shining light. They're like, well, wait, we should have recruited him a little harder because now you're starting to dig in because people are saying, how do you let a 4-star lead the state of Mississippi? Oh, okay. Now they're going back and looking, and I guarantee you, Colorado's gonna have to continue to recruit Preston Ashley the same way that they did to get him. You're gonna have to do it to keep him. Now, do I
Yeah.
think it's going? I think he stays in the class, but this is the thing about when you recruit highly rated athletes. They're not just highly rated to you; they're highly
Right.
rated to everybody. And when you're recruiting against the SEC, they have this bravado or this sense of, oh, okay, well, we're going to out SEC you.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado has, I always call it the draw four. You can't out SEC. You can't out SEC Coach Prime.
Right.
You can't out SEC who Deion Sanders is to our culture. And I said that when I was at On 3. The first time they interviewed me, I was like, hey, bro, I had some Deion Sanders in the background. They didn't know you, didn't know Uncle Neely. All I knew was who Deion Sanders was to the culture. Not
Mm-hmm.
Coach Prime because he wasn't Coach Prime yet. Back then
Right.
in Atlanta, you mentioned Deion Sanders, you call him Deion because that's what we grew up on. Now Coach Prime, in his newest iteration, he still has that in the back of our minds. Guys in the Southeast, guys in Florida, guys in Atlanta, we still remember Deion Sanders, who Deion Sanders was. So no other coach in the country can draw on your heartstrings or draw on your memories or draw on the memories of your parents and say, where were you when he did this? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's who's gonna be coaching my son? So I think that's one of the things that Colorado has really done a good job at is being able to say, recruit without using Coach Prime in the forefront.
Dukes, let me say something to this point. Very, very clean, dynamic point you made there. Amen to it. Hallelujah. Pass the collection plate. Let me throw $1 in but get 75 cents back because I gotta get a drink out the machine. It reminds me That time me and Chico took our ladies to the club, and Chico said, "Man, I don't know if I want to bring mine in here, man. Somebody might try to holler." And I looked at her and said, "No, Chico, she good. Ain't nobody gonna try to holler at her." Because you touched on people, wanting people want people, like and you have to recruit who you just recruited because everybody gonna still be shooting shots at them, even during this quote unquote dead period. Putting that to the side, that joke to the side, a little shot at Chico there. When you're exactly right on the Coach Prime being that trump card, but I think there's a bigger trump card out there. That's the little joker, but I think here's the big joke in this day and age. 20 years ago, man, Saban could recruit and say, "Come here, win a national championship, go to the NFL." There ain't a staff in America with the NFL experience that Colorado got.
Boom.
And a lot of these kids, I want to play for a national championship. I want to win a national championship. But they want to go to the league.
Right.
Yeah.
And who can get you somewhere better than someone who's been there?
Man.
Like I could probably get out my GPS and drive from Jackson to Selma, but I come out much better riding with Chico.
You ain't lying.
He gonna know where to stop for gas. He gonna know who got the best restaurant on the way. He gonna know which exit to take when we get there because he done been there. And when you look at Coach Prime as a head coach, Rob Livingston as DC coordinator, Pat Shermer offense coordinator, you look at the position coaches like Kevin Mathis, Dominic Payco, Warren Sapp, Marshall Falk, the list goes on and on. Like, dude, not only do I have the trump card of Coach Prime, look at this staff. I'm going to the league from here. Like, now on the way to the league, I'm gonna play for a conference championship, national championship, but I'm going to the league. And Saban and the SEC are not the only ones that can say that now. It ain't just Texas or Texas A&M. Now you got Colorado can say it. And who had the most receivers taken in the draft this year? A school in Colorado by the name of Colorado. So,
coached by Coach J. Field,
who played in the NFL, who won his college coach, a college teammate or Heisman Trophy, et cetera, et cetera.
Led the nation in receiving yards.
It's hard, man. Chico, I'm gonna give Dukes this spade analogy. It's hard to get your 4 books when somebody got all the damn spades. They call it Trump tight in Colorado. It's Trump tight.
Trump tight.
He ain't lying. All right, guys, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I got a meeting.
Okay, Dukes going to the meeting. We appreciate you checking in, Dukes.
All right, hey, 2 onion rings at the bottom of the bag. Dukes to scoop, baby.
Duke said, "Man, don't call me no goddamn onion rings."
We call it
onion rings
that down here and next door to Louisiana, down to New Orleans.
What do you call it?
It's a French word, man. It's called lagniappe. It means something extra.
Okay, nice.
Lagniappe, lagniappe.
ACT word.
Yeah, give me a little lagniappe, man. Let me put something extra on there for
you. A lagniappe. I mean,
when I get my red beans and rice with a sausage, if I'm a good customer, give me some lagniappe, man. Let me put another sausage on there and don't charge me.
Okay, Hunter Hole. One more time, as they say out here in Hawaii. Bring it back. Hunter Hole. Hunter Hole.
What they say?
Hunter Hole.
So Hunter Hole and lagniappe. Y'all done learned something today. Give me a little
right.
something, man. Give me a little song.
It usually at the concerts when people perform, and at the end, you know what it's like saying encore, encore, encore. Where they bring them back out, they say Hunter Hole, Hunter Hole, Hunter Hole. They come back out and do one more song for you guys. So, hey, if y'all want a Hunter Hole for us, that's all you got to do. Put it in the chat.
What you said, Chico?
That's what we'll say in this hour. Oh yeah, y'all want 100 holes? You want 100 holes? That's Atlanta. 100 holes. 100 holes. 100 holes.
Well, the D said, "I see some ball-headed holes." What you see, D?
Hey, for everybody in the chat right now, y'all make sure y'all put your city, state in the chat right now. Also, you can click on the link that's in the description to go to our website and check out some of our merch, man. To support the brand. The brand.
That's a super chat alert.
We got a super chat coming through. Super.
Hey, and shout out to Manny for muting Chico a couple times a day. Manny, I see you working, baby. I see you working.
You'll get popped. Let me show you something too. I saw Manny working somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be. Y'all can get a picture of Manny right quick. But here you go. Go ahead, try to read that right there, Unc.
Oh, that's Gilly 06W, and that's probably not that's his today name. That's not his real name. Happy Friday. Put a little something on that Neely meal. Oh, we're going to eat good today. We're going to eat good. Get a stamp burger tomorrow off that 20. I got 2 burgers, one for Chico. I'm going to ship yours, Chico.
Nah, I'll let you.
I'm not gonna have a bite out of it, but I'm gonna still ship it.
Send me a burger with a bite out of it.
That's how I let you know it was safe. I don't want you to think it wasn't safe to eat.
Oh yeah, you the food tester. That's right.
Yeah, I'm taking a bite, ship it to you.
That's why I used to tell my people when I used to have a big meal or something. Hey, y'all need a food tester now. I'm good at eating. Let me know. Call me first. I'll come over there and make sure everything right.
I used to do to my kids, man. The three oldest ones growing up, they'd be in the back seat together. Daddy, you didn't want no fries? No, by the time I eat half of each one of y'all's, I'd have had more than y'all. And like Shaq do it too. He called it father tax.
Father tax.
Take a bite out of everybody's stuff.
Shaq said something.
You ain't give you nothing. I got me some. A bite from each one of y'all.
I want to ask the chat this from what Shaq said. This is gonna be. We got Unkisms. This is gonna be our Shaqism. You know, Shaq in the food segment, so to speak. Shaq said, if you have goose, you have a goose, right? Goose.
Correct.
But if you have more than one, they're called what, Unc?
Geese.
Geese, right?
Yeah.
Shaq said, so if you have the goose and geese, why don't you call moose meese? Moose. Goose.
That's a Shaqism. I got an Unkism for you.
What's an Unkism?
Where did Dukes just check in from?
Arkansas.
Okay. Say it again.
Arkansas.
You sure? You saying it correct?
Arkansas.
That's what I'm about to tell you. If you take the AR off, what is it?
Kansas.
So why we don't say Kansas? If Arkansas is Arkansas, why not Kansas? All this AR in front of it.
Well, the A is a vowel, so it changes the sound of the
a meese
word
is a goose. It changes the geese to a goose. All I'm saying is Arkansas should be Arkansas, or Kansas should be Kansas. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, all I'm saying is this. Here's Manny. Just in case y'all wanted to see what Manny looked like. This is my dog, Manny.
Manny on the crib, man.
Hold out, Manny.
Hey, man, that show is Manny. Man, I ain't seen Manny since last season.
Let me see what Manny has something to say on Duval Page.
Yeah.
Or maybe 35. Manny, radio.
Oh, this is an old tree?
Yes.
I trim it then.
Yes.
Trim.
Yeah. Manny's English is not great, but he understands like body language.
Look at that. Chico, do not be fucking off. Told that nigga to cut that bitch. Cut.
Now, you told him to trim it. He cut it down.
Right. Excuse the language, guys. But hey, as I told you, Manny go to work, aka Chico. Manny go to work. We appreciate Duval for that. So Manny is back and forth from here to Camp Duval working. So appreciate Manny.
Manny, first of all, Manny's real name is Emmanuel. We gave him the nickname Manny. And then when he leave you, his nickname become Chico. How he got
Yeah. Duval calls him Chico. That's crazy. But his name is Emmanuel.
You think Manny be over there telling them you? He be trying to say I work for Chico, but they thought they said he is Chico.
He thought he said my name Chico. He said, no, I work for Chico. I work with Uncle Chico over there.
Yeah, they got to go to man Chico, man.
Yeah, so he'll get
Shout
right.
out to Manny.
Shouts out to Manny. Hopefully we'll have him on the show soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we gotta have a birthday show for Manny. I know he got different birthdays on his different paperwork, so we got to just pick one, that'll keep him here.
Things that make you say, Remember that? Arsenio Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We might need to have that segment on the show, though. Unkisms on the show. Other than that, we got the top of the hour, man.
Hey, Radio Pastor, I agree with that. English don't make no sense.
English is the hardest language in the world. No, who told you
Red,
that?
R-E-D, R-E-A-D. Come on, man. Red and read, R-E-E-D, R-E-A-D. Come on, man.
Yeah. It's a lot of those stuff in there now.
Who came up with this shit?
But if you go overseas and see some of those German words, you'll be like, what is that?
Well, I thought you were about to spit.
That's what it sounds like when they talking to you. Dang, I just want a sandwich, dog. The hell is a portion? All right, man. Can we get up out of here before we get down this rabbit hole that we would love to go down? Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff, man. It's Unc and Chico live. Actually, this is the morning run on Friday. Yeah. Freaky Friday.
Now, you know, I'm about to say, you know what Friday is for me. I got jam in my legs, and I'm ready to spread all around the world for the funk. It's Funky Friday, baby. Funkadelic, shout out Parliament Funkadelics. You go to the website, Unc and Chico, myshopify.com. You can get you an Uncadelic. But we're going to do it for the funk.
You say you had what? And with your legs spread?
I got jam in my legs, and I'm ready to spread. See, it's called a double entendre. See, jam like jelly that you spread on bread. But I got jam like dancing, like, you know, the funk. I got jam on my legs, and I'm ready to spread. See, y'all was asleep on the genius of Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton.
We got a real thing.
Yeah, Chico. A whole lot of Chico going around.
Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm a little bit younger than, you know, the Funkadelic movement, but I came up in the G-Funk era. Shout out to Warren G, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg, and them.
Yep, on top of the funk era, so same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And they remixed a lot of the songs from the funk era. So I just know the remixes. Like I sung the remix of the original version of the Michael Jackson song last night, and y'all were talking about Andy, Do You Want Me? That's not the song. It says Annie, but the original version says Andy. And but I know the remixes to the funk.
The Chico version says, and he wants me.
Oh, it's I met him on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday. He don't really know what happened.
He want me and Puffy with a freak off party.
They were high on something all day.
That look good, man.
Appreciate it.
That's right, Leon. Can't find no rhythm of the stroke. Why should I hold my breath?
Mike wrote, Chico.
Feeling that I might choke. By your aqua, do you? It's Aqua Boogie, baby. Never learn to swim. Can't catch the rhythm of the stroke.
Whole lot of Chico going around.
Must I hold my breath? Feeling like I might choke.
You dudes are hilarious.
Got to go on granny duty now. Great grand's coming over. Gonna share with you a couple of weeks what we doing with LeJohntay and B More, fellas. Hey man, they love Tay and B More. You mean you all right over there, Chico?
I was trying to read this like this. I was like, let me just put my glasses on so I can see them. You know what I mean? That's all. Now I can see a little bit better.
I don't know, Chico.
All right, guys, we appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all finding us once again online. Make sure y'all go check out the website. We appreciate that also.
Yeah.
We're just trying to put something out there. You know, some people don't like the super chat. So here's a way you can support and also get something tangible while supporting. You understand? We got the O now.
I gotta give me a morning run water bottle, man. So when I'm out on my morning run, yeah.
Got a morning run steel water bottle.
Gotta give me an O now jersey and an Uncadelic hat.
Yeah. Get you a morning run coffee mug if you're a coffee drinker in the morning. You get you a The Pregame Show hockey style jersey.
Hey, put the one up, put the one up with the chick with the three of us shirt on. It's cold blooded. Right, yeah, right there.
Down. Got this version of the shirt. Shout out to Mama.
Cold blooded right there, man. Cold blooded.
I like that one too.
Then on the back, got the morning run at the top. You know, the little extra logo back there.
Yep. Get them in different colors.
Oh no!
Got the pink going on.
Oh, you got to rock the pink, ladies. You got to get the pink.
Ladies, my Mercedes. Hold 4 in the back.
Little booties matter. I like the little booty model we got there.
Yeah. Oh.
Man, them ain't AI models, Leon. We know these people. They model for us.
All right, that's my cousin right there. Shout out to Shanika.
Yeah.
Shout out to young Ben right here.
Yeah, that's our man Ben.
This is Ben Innafeth. right here.
Yeah, y'all
He ain't got
know
no
him.
finesse in him, but he
Good
cool.
man. Oh, now.
Yes, indeed. We're live in effect, man. We waiting on y'all to go on there right now and click on it and get you some. That's the morning run shirts right here. We're gonna start. I'm gonna start. Well, at least I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm gonna start wearing these during the show right here.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Straight up. I'm gonna give me a white one and a gray one. I like those. Look pretty professional.
Aretha
I like
Burton
this
say
one
it's
too.
storming in Baton Rouge. Y'all be safe this weekend. And that means it's heading this way, Aretha. I'm still in Jackson, so y'all love sending them thunderstorms over here. Send some
Gonna be on
crawfish.
the Christmas tree. Yes, indeed. All right, Unc, how you? Anything you want to leave them with, Unc, before we get up out of
Yeah,
here?
man. Would love to chat. Appreciate the engagement today. It's been a nice chat. We'll be back Saturday night, Uncle and Chico, with a little reaction. And then, of course, Sunday night with Uncle Chico. But Monday morning, morning run.
Did you just hit us? Did you hit us with the little reaction?
Oh, I don't remember what I said.
You said it's Saturday. I thought you, excuse me. I thought you said we'll be back with a little reaction.
Yeah, I might have, man. My cup getting low, so that means it's in me.
Okay, that's right. Let's get right, guys. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, man. Run them likes up. Uncle Chico, the morning run. Y'all know what it is. The pregame network. We're live and in effect, bringing it to you from the West Coast all the way to the far East Coast, from the Pineapple to the Big Apple, the biggest dog, and the badass Uncle Neely. Hit the likes, run them up, join, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Till next time.
Shout out to
Dope out of here.
Dope Slabs in Baton Rouge too. The red stick, the red baton. We see you.
Shout out to T Braids 808 Hawaii also for hooking me up.
Front Hawaii, Lakefront Hawaii, tagging in.
T Braids 808 Hawaii. Y'all follow her on Instagram. We up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Uncle Chico, the morning run for Dukes the Scoop. Peace. Like, subscribe, comment. We out of here.
Man, Big Dog Chico still in here.